I kicked my boyfriend out for calling my daughter a snitch and spoiled brat. My boyfriend Jake and I had been dating for about 2 years. I have an 8-year-old daughter named Lily from my previous relationship, and he has a 4-year-old son named Mason from his. We moved in together about 6 months ago thinking it would be good for everyone. That was my first mistake. From the beginning, Jake and I bumped heads on parenting. He always had this double standard thing going on that drove me crazy. Whenever his son would act up or throw tantrums, Jake would just shrug and say he's only 4 and doesn't know any better yet. But if my daughter did anything even slightly wrong, suddenly she was old enough to know how to act. He'd complain about Lily constantly. He said she was disrespectful and that I coddled her too much. He'd get annoyed if I had to tell her something more than once. I kept reminding him she's literally 8 years old. Kids don't listen the first time. That's just how kids are. Here's some context that makes this worse. Lily's dad is in jail and hasn't been part of her life for years now. She craves that fatherly attention and affection so badly. When Jake first came around, she was so excited to finally have a father figure. She'd try to hold his hand at the store or ask him to push her on the swings at the park, but Jake refused. He said it felt weird giving her affection because she wasn't his kid. The rejection crushed her every single time. She'd come to me confused, asking why Jake didn't like her, and I'd have to make up excuses. The worst part was when Lily would bring up happy memories from before, like she'd mentioned going fishing with my brother or playing catch with my dad at Thanksgiving. Normal kid stuff where she had positive male attention. Jake would get visibly annoyed and say things like, "Well, go hold their hand then," to an 8-year-old who just wanted him to care about her. Last weekend, everything finally exploded. We were all having breakfast together on Saturday morning. Lily finished eating and got up from the table to go watch cartoons, leaving her plate behind. Jake immediately snapped at her. "Stop being such a spoiled brat and put your plate away," he said in this harsh tone I'd never heard him use before. Lily froze and looked at him with these big, sad eyes. She quietly picked up her plate and took it to the sink without saying a word. But that wasn't even the first incident that day. Earlier that morning, Mason had been climbing on the back of the couch trying to reach something on a shelf. Lily saw him and got worried he was going to fall and hurt himself. She went to tell Jake because she thought she was doing the right thing. Jake looked at her and said, "Stop being such a snitch. Nobody likes a tattletale." She was trying to keep his own son safe, and he called her a snitch for it. After the breakfast incident, Lily ran to her room crying. I followed her and found her curled up on her bed, sobbing into her pillow. She looked up at me and asked what she did wrong. She wanted to know why Jake was so mean to her when she was just trying to be good. My heart completely shattered. This little girl who had already been abandoned by her biological father was now being emotionally rejected and verbally torn down by the man who was supposed to step up. I held her until she calmed down and told her she didn't do anything wrong. Then I went back downstairs to confront Jake. I asked him why he was being so mean and told him he needed to apologize to her right now. He crossed his arms and refused. He said he wasn't going to apologize for trying to teach her respect and discipline. That's when I told him to get out of my house. He looked at me like I was crazy and said I was being way too dramatic. He kept saying that calling someone a spoiled brat isn't even that bad and that kids need to learn to listen to their parents. I told him he's not her parent. He's been refusing to act like a parent to her this entire time. He doesn't get to emotionally neglect her for 2 years and then suddenly demand respect while calling her names. He grabbed some of his stuff and left, slamming the door behind him. He's been texting me nonstop saying I overreacted and that I'm too soft on Lily. He says this is exactly why she acts the way she does, because I let her get away with everything. But here's the thing. Lily doesn't act any type of way. She's a normal 8-year-old who sometimes forgets to put her plate away. She's a sweet kid who tries to look out for her little brother figure, even when that kid's own dad won't appreciate it. My mom thinks I should give Jake another chance and try to work on our communication. She says blended families are hard and we need to figure out our parenting styles together. But I keep thinking about Lily's face when she asked me what she did wrong. Jake hasn't apologized. He still thinks he did nothing wrong. And honestly, I don't think I want him back in our lives even if he did.